little bit of deadlifting, a little bit of, very little bit of deadlifting, a little bit of leg extension, leg press. My shoulder hates the bench, so I use a Smith machine reverse grip, and I really like it. Feels good on a slight incline, so I kind of getting
incline machine if you want.
And up here, or a seated bench press. I do a lot of sometimes one arm because then I can get this shoulder doesn't mess with me. Sucks, I'm telling you. The workout's designed around all of my
It's smart.
the things I can't do.
It's smart.
But I enjoy it. It's still a good feeling. So I don't have to lead the way. We can just do some sets of stuff to knock it out before we chat.
Sounds good.
We're certainly going to train.
Sounds good.
You got a hammy curl machine here for the hip hinge, or a knee hinge.
Yep.
You got a dip thing.
Yep.
I can try some dips. If I go straight up and down, I'm probably better than if I lean forward. But my warm-up kind of just consists of going around and hitting each thing and then gradually increasing load on each thing, and then I can hit top sets. I probably only do 2 top sets per body part, and usually do most every body part.
Sounds good to me. I want to mess with the lat pull down a little bit just to move
This
around.
is neat. Some of this stuff is ancient, isn't it? You're setting up lat pull down?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Stretch.
You got to get out to Cincinnati and see Matt's new gym, 16,000 square feet. It's a beautiful, beautiful club. It's just
I know. He's
ton of
been
equipment.
inviting me out there.
He would love to have you any chance you get.
I need to go. I know he would.
He would host a seminar for you and everything.
He could help me a ton with
his marketing lady's good. We had over 50
and all that
people at
stuff,
ours.
too.
He's amazing at sprints, overspeed treadmill. Matt Whittemer at
We
Beat
had him on
Training
the
in
podcast
Cincinnati. He trained John.
with
He was on our
Stan.
podcast one time. It's been a while. It's been a couple years, but we did John Jones together.
Oh, okay.
He and I were both working on John Jones together, and Henry Cejudo. He was a NFL S&C coach under Buddy Morris.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you
So he's-
still work with John a little bit?
I don't specifically, but we stay in touch. We talked last week, or actually just a few days ago.
Doesn't really have a fight set quite yet.
No.
He's kind of floating.
Yeah, he's floating, kind of waiting for the best opportunity. I heard there was recently some talk about that other federation paying him huge to fight Ngannou.
Francis Ngannou,
Yeah.
It would be cool.
Money
if he
talks. When you're at that level,
Yeah.
you just wait for the best price,
It would
right?
be cool if he could, fight maybe one more time and then just retire, and end on a good note and just.
I think he's got a big career in Hollywood ahead of him. He's pretty he's larger than life. He's pretty gregarious. He's good on camera. I mean, if Ronda Rousey did it,
Yeah.
John would be a whole nother level.
Do you think he's gonna ever fight the Aspinall guy, the
don't know.
heavyweight dude?
I don't know.
Because that's what everyone wants him.
I
to
don't
do,
think
but
it
he doesn't-
matters. I don't think it matters who it is.
Yeah,
It matters is that fight right?
for him.
Has John compensated to the level that he feels?
He's going to get paid well enough.
Is he going to get paid enough? It's probably his primary concern now. And
He did say he'll fight him, but then
he doesn't care who it is.
I think
to be
it's been
honest with
going
you.
back and forth.
He just
Such an interesting place to be, where it's one of those things where you are probably the best, but at the same time, it's like you don't have to take a fight unless somebody gives you enough money. Like you don't have to be hungry for anything.
no.
Yeah.
Right?
Why fight a guy that's super dangerous?
You don't have to prove anything.
Yeah.
And I don't think people outside of fighting know Tom Aspinall.
He's a
In
beast.
fighting, they know
He's a
who he
beast. So's Ngannou. So's a lot of the guys
Yeah.
in the top 5
Yeah, they're all
heavyweights.
really dangerous.
They're all
huge.
dangerous.
Everyone's so big.
I saw your video with the rock climber guy. Or was that your video, or was that that was John or Larry
Punch.
Wheels' video?
Oh yeah.
Larry and Juji. They had this little 140-pound rock climber guy.
Was it Magnus Mitbo or something?
Those
he was-
people are.
He was
those
doing
dudes are so
backwards,
strong.
pulling everything those guys were pulling at 260, 270.
Let me look that up. It was on Juji's channel?
Yeah, I think it was Juji or Larry Wheels.
Man, these rock climbers, bro. My God.
Incredible.
The interesting thing is,
I
like,
way
they
too much
might not
weight
be
on them.
super like barbell strong, right? But when they do a lot of this grip stuff,
It's crazy.
Like it's insane.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they
Well,
can't.
this
bench
guy was doing
225,
lat
but
pull downs with the whole stack for reps, just as many as Larry got.
That's wild.
That was ridiculous. Did you raise this again?
He did.
Oh,
Did
okay.
you raise it?
I don't know if I hit that one
No,
yet.
I didn't raise it up there. Yeah, I couldn't even really do that.
Okay. See, I'm doing this will be just one rep, just like we discussed. Before we do our top set, it might be one rep if I can get it down there. There we go. Oh my goodness. Oh, you can't get it. I went a little heavy. So I try and do one top rep. Oh, what happened here?
Launch them through
What's
the
magnetic?
ceiling.
I try and do one
Oh, the magnet.
single, and then I rest, and then I'll come back and do my set. There we go. And that's probably my top weight for my 6.
Stan, do you remember that picture of Ryan Spencer weighing you in at the old super training when you were like, you weighed in at 308? Do you remember that?
Oh, I don't really remember that.
We had like a shot, and because he's not super tall. He's like here.
Yeah.
And you're standing on the scale, and you're just like
I don't remember that.
fucking jacked out of your mind. Insane. I remember we shot the video.
Hey Mark, can you and I just train and leave Nsima out of this, because he just
No, I
banged
know.
that out
Once
like
you
it
go to
was
pressing movements,
nothing.
y'all see where
He
I'm
just hit
fucked.
that like it was nothing.
Y'all see where I'm
Like, I'm gonna do
fucked.
my top rep here, and then Nsima's like bang, 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 bang. How old are you now?
32.
Jesus, good Lord. 25 years ago. Unbelievable.
Machine speaks.
Looks like you're still feeling good though, playing pickleball and stuff.
I feel great.
Fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
I don't know how much of it is the weight loss or how much of it's just the
I'm glad you lost
hanging
weight,
out on
too.
the island. I've been telling myself for years. I
Yeah.
told myself when I was 50 I would be down to 220, and then,
Yeah.
but that didn't happen. You kept holding on. There's a lot of former powerlifters and strongmen who I've always said have held on to too much weight for too long, and then we see them with kidney problems or
Yeah.
heart attacks or the
Body
like.
just doesn't like it. I don't think at a certain point.
They, they just identify their whole lives. They've been identified as that big guy,
Right.
And we know that big dogs die younger than small dogs.
Right.
What did you notice with your heart rate when you lost all that weight? Like,
It's always been pretty good, though. Yeah, with all the,
That's good.
because I still do a lot of 10-minute walks and stuff, so heart rate was pretty good. I have been able to reach some pretty good numbers, like a 52 in the morning for resting heart rate, 50 to 52 for resting heart rate in the morning upon waking, and those are really good. But it was never north of 60, 58, so, because I never carried too much weight for too long. I always dieted down, bulked up, dieted down. So the metabolic syndrome stuff was a short window for me, which is what I always encourage, like Hafthor and others to, let's lose some weight,
Yeah.
water the horse.
Yeah, if you're not competing, why hold on to the extra 30
Yeah.
pounds?
What did Mark do? I think that's where Nsima got like 15 reps without even breathing.
Still see the biceps popping through your shirt. Can't hide those. Oh, there's some of the old noses. They're still there. Oh, yeah.
That's probably a little more reps than I like to do. Normally I try and stick around 6. 10 feels like cardio these days.
Let me ask you, do you ever because I know you used to play soccer when you were younger, do you ever just even kick around the ball? Just like
Yeah, periodically I've gone out and done that periodically. It's something that
Your
you
kids
like.
play any sports? They mess around with anything?
Yeah.
Cool.
I put them in tennis lessons for a while. They played a little golf down there. They like to swim. Lonnie did a softball camp. So they're in everything.
Yeah.
Choir, piano. The schools actually, every day the schools have a pretty rigorous PE schedule. They come out and they actually do stuff.
Yeah.
Push-ups, sprints.
So that was never taken away over there?
Nope.
That's good.
It's every day too.
Is your wife still kicking ass with her business and stuff?
We haven't found a location locally, but she still does online stuff.
Cool.
but we're still looking. It's hard to find.
Gonna try to open something up locally?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
We're gonna put a boutique in. We actually got a meeting when I get back, so we can, hopefully we have a location. It's hard to find places for commercial businesses. It's not a lot of spots and they're usually full.
What do you want to move to next? There's a incline bench, there's a
we can
row.
hit a, I'm not great at incline bench, but, is that one there?
Yeah, incline bench machine, yeah.
I might be able to feel that. My shoulder is,
Okay.
always talks to me. Let's see how it feels. Yeah, that's beautiful. We can do that. Yeah. Oh, I love this thing. This is nice.
Right? Yeah.
I almost feel like I get that kind of an angle.
Yeah.
You know, from down here to up here for the upper chest.
Build up those boobies.
It's one of my favorite. Does Nsima have to play with us? Because he's going to put a ton of weight
No,
on it.
trust me.
And then we're going to be.
Pressing, trust me. Pressing,
Let's do this one.
always been my kryptonite, dog.
Same thing. Let's work up singles until we hit a top set of 6 or 8 at the most. I might have to get one of these. This Prime?
Quarter up there, yeah.
It's a nice one.
It's nice how you can like load it differently too. Like
Yeah.
the load is different on the 1, 2.
Well, and I do a lot of that because this shoulder is the one that bothers me. So if I do a seated bench press, I'll usually do one arm and lighten the load for whichever arm hurts. Unilateral stuff's great for that.
What do you think about like stopping in between a set? Think that matters much?
No, we've done that, like the rest pauses or the
Like even if you rested
myo
on-
reps.
Yeah, even if you rested on the thing for a second and press it back up, doesn't matter too much.
I mean, it doesn't move the needle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. You know how we would run the rack?
Yeah.
Whether it's shoulder
Yeah,
pressing or bicep curls, you do as many as you can, rack it, then you go grab a lighter weight.
Yeah.
Maybe a little,
Yeah.
but not necessary. You could just do your set, get the maximum
Probably gonna
stimulus,
cause
and be
too
done.
much fatigue.
Yeah.
It's almost like going and doing sprints, right? Like you brought this up on our podcast a long time ago. There's some studies where people did some hill sprints and they
Yeah.
could rest literally as long as they wanted to.
Yeah.
They burned the same amount of fat,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it's good to rest a certain amount so you can put a certain effort back into it, right?
Yeah. God, I love this machine. See, this every time you go to a new place, you're like, I got to buy this one. I got to take a picture.
I know.
Hi.
Yeah.
I would want a little more range of motion. I'd probably put another pad. Or
I think that seat can raise for you to get more range of motion.
Yeah, it might give you, oh yeah, yep. It does, yep.
yeah, just want a little more depth.
A little more weight on there and just throw a,
Even the range of motion
25 maybe on the
conversation
middle
has
one.
changed recently with some of the new studies. Have you noticed that new leg press study showing 90-degree knee flexion as opposed to 120 equivalent outcomes?
Joel Seedman.
Yeah, so, I don't think we're at that point yet. But for the longest time there, we were talking about.
Though, for athletics, I think it makes sense. Like I think, not that burying your squats isn't a good idea. Like I think burying your squats is a decent idea, but like I think more so unloaded, more so body weight, lighter weights.
Yeah.
For full range of motion squats. But you see athletes all the time
100%.
squatting above.
I had John Jones squatting not ass to grass because of his limb lengths and because
I think it's
he
kinda
doesn't
unnecessary.
he doesn't need to be strong at that range.
Yeah.
So we had him squatting largely to prevent injury, largely to decrease fatigue, but also because I needed him strong in the range
For
he'd be
range of
using.
motion, you just go around a whole laundry list of things that are bad.
Right. Yeah.
You get rid of a lot of things that could potentially happen that are not good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's way more of a stretch. Holy crap.
You think that top weight acts as a little bit of a counterbalance? Might help you at some point? I don't know if you ever saw Perillo's equipment. Perillo's equipment, he designed it in such a way that at certain points in the movement, the weight was actually helping you rather than hurting you.
I think it would have to
Data be further.
further back.
Had to be further back?
If it were further back, then yes, it would.
Yeah.
But like I think as far as it's going right now, it's still adding a little bit of load, not as much as like what's right here, but still adding some.
Prime's
Yeah.
out of Canada, aren't they?
I think so. Yeah, if you put the weight in different spots, it just gives you a slightly different effect.
I'll be darned.
It's like beginning, middle, end ranges.
Oh, I see. Yeah, there's
Right.
there's 3 different spots for it. Darn it, I like this one.
We could even try
You
like
just cost me money.
move the 25 to the bottom.
I'm gonna have to order one of
Next
these.
set.
Oh, okay.
After he does.
Does it make it harder
It might. I don't know.
if you move this from here down to
When it's
there?
at the bottom, it increases. Yeah, check.
Does it say on
The
it?
bottom
Ooh, that's
increases,
nice.
End range, and then top increases beginning range.
I think I could do a little more, and that'll be my top set.
Let's just throw it at the bottom and see what that happens. See what happens with that.
Apparently, it'll feel heavier at the end range.
I don't really need any more weight. I'm good with that.
Now you notice we didn't add any weight.
Yeah.
Was that
Tricks of the
intentional? I like that stretch better. We talked about fatigue earlier. Range of motion increases fatigue.
And your volume too, right? You got more range of motion, more movement. More
Yes, that is a confounding variable for the tests as well. How far range of motion did you use? Ho hum, ho hum. It's nothing.
volume. Smoking a cigarette while he's doing it.
Yeah. Okay, we'll get one good set in here. See what happens. Oh, I like that.
Got a little different feel with the weight in a different spot, right?
You know what pic we got to get? Remember that old pic we have? You and I stand next to each other with our. We got to
yeah.
find that. I think I got that in my phone.
Yeah.
We should replicate that pic.
All right.
And see if. What was that? 7 years ago or
Yeah.
8 years ago? How long ago was
We
that?
might have done 2 of those because we might have done them at
Yeah.
like 2 different super trainings, I think.
I don't remember. I think it was.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Want to move on to a different exercise?
Yeah. Just should for chest and back. Do you want to do a knee hinge hamstring?
Sounds good.
We'll do that one there. You guys are probably going to train later and say that was gay.
Got to build up those hammies.
Yeah, always a knee hinge and a hip hinge.
Stan, I think your shoulder is gonna you've seen Mark twirling these ropes around.
Yeah,
I think your shoulder and back would like it, man.
helps a lot.
Yes, I think
I
your
like the
shoulder and
idea.
back would like it a lot, man.
I like the idea. I tore my rotator cuff.
What?
And it does, yeah, years when I was competing, or just at the end of it, I was training. But I never wanted to get surgery
Not with me,
done.
you didn't.
Not with him. It was
Was it
after.
before Mark or after Mark?
After Mark.
We got the world records.
It was after my last competition. It was
Hey,
like-
what about that kid doing 26:45? Colton?
What a freak, and what beautiful lifts.
1,036 deadlift and
Squat buried. Everything, yeah, the deadlift.
Hey, you want to know
the
something?
deadlift held at lockout.
Want to know something?
What?
We both outbench him. We got him somewhere.
Not for long, because that was a pretty solid 570 that he hit, or 573.
What's
Yeah.
his weight class?
He had more in
He's
him.
like 280 or something.
He's 280?
I think so. 270,
He looks
280.
so symmetrical that I thought he was like 220 or
His legs are huge.
I think he may have competed at 242 some years ago, but now I think
Yeah.
he's a solid 275. He's a thick kid. But what amazes me is like his squat
He's
is
unbelievable.
absolutely perfect.
Unbelievable.
It's deep. His deadlift is held. You know, it's not shaky. Even the bench too. He wasn't. He had more in him. All 3 of those lifts, I thought he had another 10, 15 plus pounds in his lifts.
How old are your kids now?
Just turned 11 and 11 and 13. What am I doing here?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Both your kids have blue eyes, right?
No,
Oh, I thought maybe just.
No, I think their eyes are the same color as their dad's.
That was pretty good. My turn. Guess we'll throw a little extra on there.
Actually, I don't know if I do want to do the picture. I was pretty jacked. I'm afraid to see that. Remember that pic? That old pic?
Lean as hell. My God. Does your lower body just perpetually have lines in it now? Like, even your, yeah, shit.
I stayed in reasonably good shape.
Yeah, I remember doing like leg presses with him. His like shins are all shredded.
Shredded shins.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You know, the worst thing about, the older you get, the lateralis just keeps shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. It's the hardest part is to lose the outside. You still keep some of the shreds on the inside of the legs, you know. But the lateralis just disappears over time.
Would you ever
frustrating.
I mean,
An over 70 show?
Would you ever do a Masters show? Because
I don't
honestly,
think
like,
so.
You still, just because it doesn't compare.
I don't think so.
That's a great pick.
Is that the one, or do we have another one too? I think that's the one.
Yeah, I think we've done maybe a similar
That's
one.
been a minute. That's been.
That's from like
That might be 10 years ago.
Probably 10, 12 years ago.
Yep. We're gonna put a little weight on there. Did we add any for that set?
I just added a 10.
Oh, okay.
I only threw one.
I gotta be honest with you. I just do fewer junk sets. To me, everything is like a single until I get to a weight that I can handle for maybe 6 to 8 reps. I don't do a whole lot of. I mean, you could call it volume. You could call it warming up. I call it junk sets. If I'm not within a rep of failure, I'm really not trying to waste my time on it. Like right there, I can tell that that's not heavy enough for me to get. If I can get more than
You only
6.
have so many reps in your life, you know. Like in wrestling, we used to say you can only take so many bumps.
Yeah, Eddie
know,
Cohen
bumps
always
every
says
time
that. You only have so many of those big lifts left. in your
Yeah.
life.
And then you could be like Cena now, and he doesn't like bump at all. He just goes to the ring.
How's he
and everyone
doing?
Goes nuts. He just got back. He's back on WWE schedule,
Oh, that's great.
and the crowd's been going fucking crazy because he turned heel. They've been going nuts.
How old is he now?
He's 48.
Wow. Good for him. He's still able to hold on. I haven't seen recent pics. He's still able to hold on to his size pretty good and his strength.
He's
He
doing
doing good?
amazing. He's not like he was when I first met him or anything like
Yeah,
that.
it's never that way, but
He looks fucking incredible. Yeah,
that's great.
still in good shape.
You know who else is probably our age, or my age? Is The Rock's got to be 56 now, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Still looks great. Still trains hard. I think he
he's
does more
big.
volume than I do. Quite a bit more volume than I do.
He seems like he loves training. You know,
He does. Well,
he loves.
you
doing
would
the
too
legs
if everywhere
leg
you
day
went
and
you had container
Yeah,
loads of
yeah,
equipment shipped in your whole gym, and
It's pretty beautiful the setup he's got.
it matters. The right equipment matters.
It's motivating.
It
Very
is.
motivating.
Yeah.
I think machines are very easy to talk yourself into doing, you know?
You know, it's funny because I did videos a decade ago where I talked about how you should always use free weights.
Right.
Because of the balance components and how that, you know, I made the claim that it would transfer over to sport better, you know, for coordination and all that other stuff. And now I feel just the opposite. I feel like that strength training and sport training is two completely different things.
Yeah.
And that strength training, I guess the difference would be between unstable versus stable. And the closer you get to stable, the more force production and also the more it's predictable that what you're doing can be replicated.
The machine's just a nice tool.
Yeah.
It's a nice tool in the toolbox.
Because I find that with the machines, it forces you to do the same thing, the same exact movement. Because you can cheat. You can cheat on other movements, use momentum, you know.
Right.
So it's not a really accurate measurement of progress. Oh, there we go.
It's very hard to tell what's needed for sport. It's very confusing sometimes. Because there's some people that look like they can do a lot of stuff and they can't. And there's some people that don't look like much that can do a lot of shit, you know?
Yeah. I probably could have gone a little bit heavier, but this is still a pretty challenging weight. That's good. That one felt good.
Lightweight.
You know, one of the problems with, say, with you with jiu-jitsu or me with pickleball, because they're comparable.
Yeah.
It's one and the same.
It's dynamic movement,
Yes,
bro.
yeah.
Reactionary.
Is that no matter what kind of injury prevention protocol you implement, there's always something that happens that's way outside of what you were preparing for. Like you said, dynamic or just range of motion. So with you, you know, you're choking somebody out and whatever, you might have a shoulder. Me, I got to back up and hit an overhand smash with the pickleball. Much the same.
Well, I mean, like, seriously, like I think
Things that you do quickly is the biggest component.
it's things you do quickly, and again, it's like the whole body's integrated in it, right?
Yep.
So I think that's one of the reasons why, like, oddly enough, like tools like the bag, the sandbag, tools like the kettlebell, I think oddly enough are very good for athletes in those types of sports because the bell, yeah, you can overload, you can swing heavier loads, but you are swinging and controlling a heavy load in space, right? You can get it overhead. The sandbag, you're also, when you're picking up the bag, you're internally creating internal torsion against that bag and then doing squats, hikes over the shoulder. It's like very dynamic with load, right?
Right.
So I think that's why like I do a lot of that stuff, and I've found a very good carryover in terms of the way my body feels with lifting that versus only doing, because I still like how machines can isolate. You can't isolate with a sandbag like you can with one of these, right?
Right.
But you can still load your body.
Yeah.
And learn to like move with weight through space, you know? And again, the rope, dude, that shoulder shit, single arm, right? Like you're now learning how to like channel that force through an object like this, right? Where you can get that range of motion, right?
Yeah.
That's why I think like even swinging athletes benefit a lot from, and like, the club, maces and clubs too.
Chris Duffin introduced this to us, what, a decade or so ago with the club, and he would do a lot of work with that for his shoulders. We need a hip hinge next. What do you want to do a hip hinge? You could do something off of a...
Want to pick up the heavy kettlebell?
Heavy kettlebell work, yeah.
Those are super easy. Just, I think that heaviest one is like 200 pounds or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like 2 something. That wet deck feels nice with those.
Right. Maybe start with this guy just to
just to feel it.
sneak something in.
I've been doing a straighter knee because I find that at an RDL, I tend to cheat into the quads.
Do you do anything for your groin adductors?
Yeah, adductor abductor machine mostly, but I hit those. Flex introduced me to that in 2009. Prior to that, I always thought it was, kind of a girl's exercise. But Flex would put us on those and really beat us up like it was, you know,
Yeah,
like it
give
was
us
a
a
bench
shot.
press or a squat.
Give this a try. Try some of that
Yeah.
little twirly whirly. You'll hit yourself a couple times.
Why would I do that? So am I going across this way?
There's really no wrong or right.
It's just moving. Yeah, you can.
Just try to move it and figure out the way.
I set up a little island Olympics for my kids and their
Oh, that's
relatives, the cousins. So I got one of those high jump things where you hit the little,
Yeah.
whatever you call those vert things. And we do long jump, we do tug of war. I've got a rope climb, and we do shot put.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they do push-ups and jump rope. And we put them all through these things, mainly because they're all measurable, so I could get the kids to
Right.
compete against each other. And then it became fun. And they're always like, how many did he get? How many did she get? How many, you know, because they're all competing. So it's not exercise per se anymore, it's games. A variety of games.
You were in
People are racing, they'll probably like sprinting, right?
Yes.
Vegas. You were working with a lot of kids, weren't you?
Yeah, had the kids' power hour. That was fun.
And
Same
you're not-
thing. You'd get them in there doing
Yeah.
something that seemed
Are
like
you able
fun.
to do that still or no? Not really.
I'm working on maybe getting a facility that I can
Yeah.
start that back up, and they don't have the facilities for it. The high schools don't even have a training facility for their football players.
I'd imagine a lot of people are probably
Isn't that
asking you
crazy?
questions about exercise and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yep, for sure.
That's cool.
Like, there are a lot of like Islanders that are like big Samoan cats, right?
They have a few gyms, but they're not set up to train a team. You got like one squat rack, one this and one of that. So they have a couple of gyms. The equipment's pretty old and the space isn't huge. But you couldn't take 10 kids in there. American Samoa, not yeah. You couldn't take 10 kids in there and train them. It just don't have the facilities for it, the equipment for it.
Look how big his back still is. Crazy. That's how you deadlift. It's like
Feels good.
832 or whatever it was you did.
Yeah.
Pretty convenient to have this big old fat kettlebell. You can just no loading plates and all that stuff.
How much does that kettlebell weigh?
I don't know. I forget. Might have a kgs on there somewhere. Oh, 203.
20. I think I'll go to dumbbells and see if we can get a little heavier. That felt pretty good, but I think we could go to
A little more weight.
240 at least with the 120s.
That'll feel a lot different. Amazing how different it feels. I got a bunch of rubber mulch. I gotta start to load up some of the bags. He sent some of the ones with the straps on it and stuff like that too. And then he sent me those like throwing ones that are kind of like that. I need to get sand because I can't just fill them up with rubber, otherwise it'd be way too light when it's combo.
I wonder if you put mulch in, kind of filled it, and then you put sand. Like, I wonder if the sand would fit between the mulch well. I'm not sure, but that.
Yeah, I
could
have
be-
one. I have one bag that has a little bit of both, and it's fine. Yeah. No, I'm good.
I'm probably good there.
This is 80. Yeah, this guy's 125.
You know what we should do is find a pad. Is this find a pad to put right here and do this like a standing leg press here. Oops, did I bring those in?
Oh, it's because that thing. Do you want this to go lower?
Yeah. What's it bumping into, this? This feels amazing. Just got to get a pad to put right behind our back right here. Whether it's a
Oh, how about this
giant foam roller or
Have
oh,
a
that's
bolster.
perfect. Yep.
This guy, will this work?
Oh, that one? What is it?
I don't know if this is big enough. Oh, it might be too small.
I bought this.
It might,
Oh,
might fit right there just
It does fit. Yeah.
Just
have
make
someone
that
have to
dish
hold
doesn't
it.
slip out.
Oh no, here we go.
You gonna go?
I think Stan found something even better.
This'll do it.
Oh, okay.
Same thing that you had, maybe.
There you go.
Yeah, that's perfect. Oh yeah. They have them.
Yeah, the calf ones, right?
Yeah.
Some of the calf machines, almost like, right?
It's a beautiful feeling. It's my favorite.
Yeah, that one right there.
Obviously, they have machines that specifically do that, but this will be our little retrofit.
I'm wrecking myself. We got our new puppy dog.
Oh, yeah?
Oh my God, yeah, I think
This
so
one will
cute.
work too. This might be a little. This might be a little easier.
Oh yeah,
It's not
a
quite as thick.
little, yeah, not as fat.
Okay, try that one. And then, if you're going to put your hands here, they're going to bang into this.
Oh, okay.
So be a little careful to keep them maybe right here,
Yeah, I'll just,
right there. Yeah. And then get a little deeper if you can.
let me see that.
Tell me that doesn't feel amazing.
Yeah, it does.
I like it better than the leg press. On the leg press, all the blood goes to your head, you know, and your thighs crush your rib cage. Here, doesn't seem to do either of those things.
Opens
See
up
that
the
last
butthole.
rep? He was way out here, had a good depth. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. I guess it's time to. That feels amazing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Perfect. Now we gotta load some weight on there. That feels great. They have a pad on Amazon that's a triangle shape for like doing preacher curls with.
Yep.
And that's the perfect for this machine.
Yeah, I know that pad you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a beauty.
Like put it on your, like your lap kind of, right?
Yeah.
Do curls with it.
So I add an extra plate.
Yeah. Let's keep going. We'll probably end up loading this pretty
No,
good
it's not fitting on there. So
today. It's weird, yeah.
like stuck.
Whatever you want to say, I want to grab another.
This is a good start. We'll see how this feels. And we're in.
You put your hands behind your head.
Yeah. Is that what you told her to do?
You can hook this one side. I guess you can hook this one side.
So I was up visiting with Jordan Syatt yesterday, or
Oh,
day
yeah?
before yesterday in Dallas. That kid's hilarious.
He's amazing, isn't he?
He's amazing. He says all the things that
He's built such a great
you want to say
following.
but can't. He has a video, he has a whiteboard and he's like, top 3 things for losing weight. And then he'll clip over and he'll be like, yes, that says vagina. And then he'll clip over again, he goes, number 1. And all of his videos are like that. All of a sudden you'll have a drawing of a penis on the whiteboard.
Stuff. I haven't seen any of
It's
that.
hilarious.
I've only seen his older stuff that seems more tame. I've never
He's
seen
so
him say anything
funny.
Like that.
He's hilarious. Yeah, we're gonna have to load that up. That feels really good.
I was watching a show the other day, and this there's like a war going on in this show. And this guy, like during a war, like in like the 1800s or some shit, he goes off with some girl, and I'm just thinking like, yeah, that's what you would do.
Yeah.
Like, you're always going after a chick. No
Of
matter what.
course, in the middle of the war.
Yeah, his buddies are all, getting killed and whatever else is happening. He don't care.
I really like this one. Little promotion for ATG there for the.
Yeah.
Thank you for the pad, boys.
Ben Patrick, you think I can draw a crowd?
Yeah, you can. Good for him. Love the depth on this. It feels great. Still pretty light though.
Still feels pretty good.
Yeah.
Now, Stan, I have a question for you. How do you feel about, because like I saw you obviously when you're doing the deadlifts, the kettlebell, the dumbbells. How do you feel about flat shoes? Because
I prefer them.
You prefer them?
Yeah, much prefer them.
Okay.
I just traveled with these, so.
I got you. All right.
These are old man shoes. Biden wears these. when you get old and your feet are sore all the
Hokies
time.
are comfortable as shit. They feel like
Hokies are
clouds,
it's like
man.
walking on clouds. Yeah. Plus they make me an inch taller. 'Cause I lost an inch somewhere in the last decade or so. I lost an inch. I don't know. I lost 2 inches actually. One here and one here. It's like, what happened?
Got it up higher.
There we go. Yep.
In there?
Yep. You're in.
Will not be good.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. That's all right.
Yeah, we're just getting started. I think we can load this up pretty good. This will be our major movement today.
He's doing it in jeans. That's kind of cheating.
I know.
That's the old school powerlifters lifting in tight jean shorts.
Just a couple, because this isn't no junk volume. Rack that up. We got any more weight for you? It's too light.
We gotta be careful. Nsima's legs are gonna.
You can rack it and do an next one. Here, go ahead. Let her down. Next set, we'll get a lot of weight on here. I like this because you don't feel anything but what you're supposed to feel. It's all legs.
Yeah, as Mark was saying, I limit my leg volume because my legs.
Yeah, his
grow
legs
really
might
easy.
get.
I don't want to hear it. I really don't want to hear it. Then you watch that recent, it was a short with Jay Cutler. I didn't train my legs for 5 years because they were too big. I'm like, fuck you, Jay. I don't want to hear it.
Yep.
You're in. How does that feel?
That's nice.
Isn't that beautiful?
Maybe hook both sides in when you're done. You got heavier weight on there.
Nice.
Good, you're in there.
Get some more ROM out of that one. Is it me or you, Marky?
Oh, what's the total in there? Oh, it's in there. It's in there.
Oh, I was just trying to push the weight on there a little bit more. Oh, what do you got?
Just gives him a little more depth. He was bottoming out.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I don't think I need that.
Yeah, you do. You're good. You're in there. You got it.
Let me put this over here for now. It's gonna make it hard for me to put my feet up there. Oh, it's gonna be hard for me to get off the peg, I think.
I like this little.
See right up my skirt.
Push up a little higher, and you're in. You're good to go. See, now he has a hack squat and a leg press. A little higher, and you're in. Good. Tell me that doesn't feel amazing.
That does feel
Isn't that
awesome.
great?
Yeah.
Love it.
You want this or you want to keep that?
I'm gonna put this in. Yeah. See if I can get a little deeper.
Yeah, that's what she said.
These machine adaptations are really dope. I thought about this shit. Wow.
Hey. Let's see if I can get that. Mark said I had some trouble getting up in there, but there we go. Okay. And we're in. Just see if I can get a little deeper. Well, that feels great. Am I in?
Yep, you're in.
Okay.
Noises are a little different on every rep.
Do you want to keep that there or you want me to move it? It's up to you. You were bottoming out, so that's why I thought we'd throw that in there. First rep's awkward, but okay, you're good on both sides. Yep. Are you coming up on your toes? Put your feet up a little higher so you can stay on your heels. There we go. I like that better. There you go. How's that feel? Good.
Nice.
Nice. Beautiful.
Go down a little bit.
And down, 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 down. Good.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Hip curl, one set of side lateral, and we can call it a wrap.
Sounds great.
Yeah,
Got dumbbell or barbell?
that was beautiful. Oh yeah, you got barbells. Let's do those. Everything's kgs around here.
Yeah.
$40, $45. This will probably be a little light for our top set.
Did you see a video of Larry Wheels and that actor that was in Mike O'Hearn's movie?
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck is his name? Anyway, the main actor, Larry did a video with that dude. That was pretty cool.
Majors or something?
Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan
There we go.
Majors.
Boy, Larry did a great job building his
Man.
that arm wrestling bit.
Oh, when you first...
For a while that he did there, he probably increased arm wrestling's popularity overall somewhat single-handedly. You know, no knock on all those fantastic arm wrestlers, Lorette and the rest of them.
You went
But
and
it was
visited
his platform that really blew that up.
You visited him when he was like 17 or something, right?
Yeah, he was
And he
19.
deadlifted with you?
Yeah, and then he lived in Vegas for about 4 months. We worked together for quite a bit, years and years ago. He's a freak. He's
I don't know if you saw too. Like, he recently.
On the
he
same
pretty
weight
much
to
can
warm
do
up?
you know that calisthenics move, the planche, which is your hands pretty much in a push-up
Oh,
position
yeah.
without your feet. He pretty much progressed to that pretty quickly. And one of the things about calisthenics is, especially when you're heavyweight, that's one of the things I'm trying to get better at now. When you're heavier, that shit just is so much harder.
Yeah.
And he's diving into that now.
he's pretty heavy.
It's cool seeing him like
He's got to be north of 275, doesn't he?
do all these different things, man. Outside of his comfort zone. It's really nice. You want this or something else?
Whatever's the heaviest one up there. That one was still pretty light.
I think 45 kg in front of you is.
Okay.
So,
I
Stan, you
also-
think most people that want to build some muscle should train somewhat on some scale the way that you're training now?
A lot of the stuff we discussed today should be a priority, yeah. Particularly in terms of frequency and effort. Those two things, and the progression, frequency, effort, progression. I think volume's way down on that list, to be honest with you. And as long as they're not creating too much fatigue, they can train at least twice a week. That's a great place to be. I usually use a machine nowadays because you can take yourself all the way to near failure without, inevitably here what'll happen is I'll start giving a little heave-ho,
Right.
Flex always made us do what we call dick draggers. He'd make us curl here so we could get rid of the body's contribution and the shoulders. When you do this, the further my elbows come away from my body, the more my shoulders are helping with the movement. So he had us do a lot of dick draggers.
But some of that's okay, right? Like some
with the
body
elbows
English,
back. 100%. And we just had another study on that showing people with perfect form versus people who do a little bit of heaving.
Right.
They had the same hypertrophy outcome.
Right.
The heaving folks had a little more fatigue, as it would be expected. They lift a little heavier weight because there was some momentum involved. I mean,
let me ask you this then, because it's when one is younger, like when one is in their let's say they're like muscles all day long, right?
Yeah.
Because we all had those stages where we were lifting almost every single day,
Yeah.
or 6 days a week, and maybe had one day off, right? Do you think that beginning aspect where you can probably handle that much fatigue, that much stress, you can actually recover from it? Do you think you can probably build a lot more muscle doing that when you're younger versus as you get older, fatigue is harder?
Yeah. I think fatigue is the centerpiece of that conversation. When you're younger, you tend to recover a little quicker.
Yeah.
And as a beginner, you probably aren't lifting the same loads, so you're probably not creating as much fatigue. And I don't want to overemphasize form and all that, as just mentioned, perfect form versus heaving. Those of us who've been around long enough and have watched Branch Warren and Johnny Jackson train, not one full rep is ever done in those workouts, but they're two of the most jacked people on the planet. And they were always doing this,
Also,
But
you also never underestimate the power of stuff being fun.
yes.
When you're a kid and you do like 10 sets with your buddy or you're competing with somebody, it's a lot of fun.
It's motivating.
Just right now.
Yeah,
This is fun.
Yeah, it drops you in. It makes you want us to do it. Yeah.
We've got
So you might overdo it.
We've got a side delt exercise. Typically, your pressing movements, particularly the incline, certainly some of the dip, especially if you're leaning forward, are going to hit a lot of your front delt. So in a full body workout, you probably just need to finish with some side laterals. Your pulling movement, which we didn't really do today, we did lat pull down, but your chest supported rows are going to hit rear delts, rhomboids, traps. So side lateral is probably what we want to finish with. And those can be heavy too, just to keep them under control.
And when you're working on full body, if you cut a workout short or something, you just get to it on the next workout, right?
Of course, yeah.
Just put something in the next
If
workout.
we had wanted to shorten this workout, we would have superset it. We'd done a chest exercise, rest a minute, back exercise, rest a minute. And then we would have done a leg press, rest a minute, hamstring curl, rest a minute. We'd have just supersetted a few antagonistic body parts and we'd have been out of here quicker. And you'd have told me to shut up a long time ago.
Those are kind of fun since you can put your arm through it, gets closer.
Yeah, they're kind of.
Oh, those are neat. Yeah.
But we can do dumbbells too. Whichever.
Either one. Yeah, grab whichever one you want. Do a side lateral with it.
Here's a
And we used to
20.
think you had to do sets of 20 here and short rests and get the burn. The shoulders are like any other muscle. You can still do a heavy set of 6 or 8 and get all the benefit. The heavier sets we tend to cheat a little more, so
These ones feel, these ones are kind of light. Oh, I'll do like 10 reps. Yeah, doing lateral raises with this feels really.
it's hard to get
feel
your head off of creating a pump because it's not a driver of hypertrophy, and so you really want to take every set to within a rep of failure, ideally for hypertrophy. Powerlifting, we leave 2 reps, but the goal is strength progression over time.
I know you've worked with some sprinters and stuff over the years and stuff too, and when you work with someone like that, fatigue is their enemy.
100%.
They don't want nothing to do with fatigue.
Even like with Lane Johnson, Philadelphia Eagles, same thing. You don't want to take him in and be crushing him in the gym. Buddy Morris talks about that a lot, and he was, I think, NFL strength and conditioning coach of the year. He's not trying to wreck those athletes in the gym.
Right.
You want to keep them fresh, and so he'll do less volume, probably during the season, much shorter, less frequent workouts. But you still want to maintain their adaptations, and the concurrent training principle suggests that you want to gain or maintain everything.
So within a set, there's probably like 27 different ways
Yeah.
to change the intensity of the set. Like even when you're using a weight that's light, you can do it slower. You can do isos.
Yeah.
You could add a chain or a band to a lot of exercises. Like there's not a limit on.
You could do a lot of things.
So we're saying like
the only thing that really matters is kind of what is considered the effective reps model. The only thing that really matters is those last few sets before failure.
Right.
Now a heavy load, you're going to have maximal muscle fiber, like a set of 5 or a set of 6. You're going to have maximal muscle fiber recruitment from the very first rep. And so, 5 reps there is fine. But on a light load, a set of 20,
30 would be
the
good.
first 15 aren't really creating a stimulus. It's only the last, it's this effective reps model. Only the ones that recruit.
So no matter, just get there whatever way you can, basically.
Get there whatever way you can. Yeah. Barring, as mentioned before, short rest periods that are maxing out other adaptations. Hydrogen ion clearance, creatine phosphate restoration, cardiovascular fitness. If you're just not cardiovascular fit enough to be doing a bunch of sets of 20s with 30-second rest, that's going to be the limiting factor, not mechanical tension. So we have to be careful what adaptation we're training.
You can see where he shoots everything. Nice. Oh, good set.
20's probably what they're for more.
Remember that freak shot putter, discus thrower, powerlifter, Britney Pryor that I was training for a while, that was working out with me for years.
Unbelievable.
Absolute freak. But she's lifetime natty. She was, I think, an 8-time NCAA All-American in shot put and discus. She went on to do jiu-jitsu.
Oh, wow. Okay.
She went over and Muay Thai over in Thailand. She spent like the last 4 years there. Can you imagine? She's
She went straight to like, the
5'11".
hardest martial art.
She's 5'11", 220. Just rocked out. She's a beast. She's an absolute beast. Amazing athlete. So one time I got her creatine and
Oh shit, she's never taken creatine?
no, I can't remember. It was one other product, and I left them at the house, and I went back like 2 weeks later, and I said, "Hey, these haven't been opened." And her roommate said, "She thinks you put steroids in there." And I was like, "Damn, that was a good idea."
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think she had like a 565 squat and deadlift, raw in competition.
I gotta look her up on your page. I can't find her.
Pryor, Pryor, Jade Essence, Jade. I think it's Jade Essence. She's absolute.
I follow
Remember her? Freak. Absolutely.
her. Be a responder to creatine.
Yep.
I respond really well to that shit. I take like 15 to 20 grams a day.
And what you just said there is important. Bigger athletes should take more than 5. Yeah, she went over and started smashing people in Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu.
Damn. Shit.
So strong.
Man, good for her kicks are snappy.
Oh yeah. Huh. You see those? It's pretty good.
Oh my god.
She's no joke.
Yo, good for her. She's amazing.
Yeah. I'd like to see the Britney versus Nsima matchup. That's what I say. I want to see the head-to-head on that. I told her one time I would invest in the offspring for her and Hafthor Bjornsson.
It's really cool. Like you saw Martin Licis. Like Martin Licis has started getting into some jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Right. He recently, apparently, he was in Japan and he was doing. Did you see this video, dude? Martin Licis.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's huge.
He did something with this judo black belt. This is his page. Yeah? Okay, cool. What is it? Here we go.
For this match,
He's like a legendary Japanese judo Olympian.
Right.
So I didn't hold anything back. I knew I had to finish this quickly. So
Has he had some training here?
A little bit.
Yeah.
The black belt he's wearing, he mentioned he's a
Jesus.
white belt, but
Right.
he's done a few little bit of training, but
Yeah.
that shit,
He's so strong. There's certainly a strength component to it, but
you just picked him up and rock slammed him onto the ground.
you know who else could? Who am I thinking? Mitchell Hooper could do
athlete.
any sport he wanted.
5
because he's
second 4-yard dash recently.
at 330. Weighs 330.
Nasty.
Ran a 5-second 40.
And he's not even really running.
No.
I'm gonna use this one.
There's someone who could probably do well with the skill set because he's smart too.
Just about anything.
Yeah.
Well, you know, his history was like distance running before.
Yeah. CrossFit stuff,
Right?
and
he was a good distance runner.
I think he
too.
did some CrossFit stuff.
Just makes it look easy, you know?
Yeah.
He really does.
He's an athlete. He young cat too, isn't he? Only in his early 30s.
Yeah. I think I've seen Martins do, like, he went, he did some crazy hike at like 12,000 feet or something.
Yeah.
Like, that's no joke.
That's good cardio for a guy that size.
That's insane.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bring you back to your bodybuilding days right there.
Yeah, man.